Hello and welcome to Ensemble Conversations with me, Mark Kilmurry. I'm very delighted to have two guests this morning, Rachel Gordon and Yalin Ozucelik. Hello, are you both there? Yes, hello. Rachel, hello.
Hello.
Yalin, hello.
Hello.
How are you both? Now, how's isolation treating you?
Yeah,
Oh,
would you like to?
Both at
Oh,
once. Please talk at once. We'll all talk at once. Sorry, Yalin.
I have to say, I was thinking about this. I feel a little bit like Norman, who I, of course, portrayed 18 months ago at the Ensemble in the Norman Conquests. A bit like him. He was sort of described, he's got a bit of an aimless beard and described as a bit of a badly built haystack. That's kind of how I feel at the moment throughout this whole process. A bit of yeah.
And Rachel, do you feel like a badly built haystack, or how's it treating you?
Always, Mark, always. No, I feel a little bit like I'm in a video game because I spend a lot of time doing this, talking to people on the computer, which was strange to start with, but now it feels, quite normal. It's a bizarre time.
It is a bizarre time, and it's hopefully it will end soon. It's enough now, please. Let's get back to normal. I always feel like we're in an episode of Doctor Who or something, and someone like Doctor Who will come and the Doctor will come and cure everything, and we'll all be right. Now, as you just mentioned, Yalin, the Norman Conquests, you played husband and wife together 18 months ago for a period of time, doing three different plays under the title The Norman Conquests, written by the wonderful Alan Ayckbourn, and I directed, and you guys were in the cast among a fabulous cast. How was it doing three plays at once in rep? Starting sometime in October, and I think we finished in January, February. Rachel, how was that playing the role that you played, and how was it in terms of what you thought it would be, and in terms of the reality?
I guess I had no idea what I thought it would be because I have no precedent for that. It was, definitely one of the most enjoyable and challenging experiences in my theatre career. I had such a ball doing it, and I really don't know how it all came together at the end because it seemed like such a long. I just remember the tech taking months. It felt like it seems like we just get one show set and then we'd start another one and then another one. And I remember the first time we ever did all three plays at once on the trilogy day, and we all realised by the time we got to the third one that we'd never actually done it before, and everybody started to seem like they were in a Doctor Who episode. It's like, am I still talking? Is this still happening? But it was an absolute ball. Like, you couldn't have asked for a better group of people, a more fantastic script, a wonderful director, of course,
thank you.
It was a dream. I wish we could do it again.
And Yalin, for you playing the title role Norman, he doesn't enter for the first scene or two in the first play, and then he's there all the time, more or less to the end. How was it playing Norman?
Oh, well, it's such a buzz. I mean, he sort of comes on at breakfast in that first play, and I just remember being in my pajamas, getting ready to go and eat a whole bunch of cornflakes and
yes.
and various things, and it was right, here we go, we're on the ride, particularly for those trilogy play days where we did all three at once. What a ride. I mean, as an actor, it's one of those are the sorts of things that you really relish, I think, and with such a great script and a great cast and crew, it was a wild ride. I loved everything.
Yes, it was fantastic. The cast were absolutely wonderful, and also creatives. It was just one of those joys for me, because you have a sense of what that play will look like in your mind as a director going into it, and it matched it all the way along. It was better than expectations. It was absolutely fabulous, and I loved watching them. Interestingly, though, you would play in rep, so you wouldn't necessarily do the plays in any particular order, and sometimes you'd turn up at the theatre and you weren't sure which play it was until you were on doing it. How was that for you, just making that work as in your day-to-day, Yalin, just, one play, you're not going in for a few scenes, and if it's another play, you're in the garden rolling around with Danielle Carter. How, it was one of those crazy times, isn't it?
It was. I mean, I have to say, as me looking very hirsute, I by the time we were well into it, I mean, everything worked so smoothly too, against all the odds, I thought, in terms of all the run up into it, tech week, everything was just went so smoothly that I don't think I had time to feel any sort of level of anxiety. I threw myself in and off to go. It really became like that, I sort of would arrive and okay, this is the play we're doing tonight. And each play had its own, delicious flavor to it. And I guess I also knew that the audiences would just really, really love it. And so that feeling of being excited about presenting this to the audience, this new audience, and how they're going to take to it and react and love it, was every night was a real joy. So I really have nothing but positive memories of doing the show.
And Rachel, for you, just playing that character who was immensely short-sighted, those glasses moments were terrific, and you made that work superbly, but it was sort of inconsistent too, which we think was purposely in that role.
Yes, I think coming from the psychological perspective, playing Ruth, being Norman's long-suffering wife, she had developed a sight condition where she couldn't see certain things, mostly his behaviour, I think. But yeah, I mean, look, it was one of those shows where the audience really became like another character in the play. Like they had such a ball. It's very rare that you get experiences where you kind of look out into the house and see people literally doubled over with laughter and, hitting each other, like hitting their wife or their husband going, that's you. Like it was such an amazing privilege to be part of a show that made people so happy. Like, I remember coming out into the foyer and people would be saying to me, you should leave him, you're better than that. Or like, and then after the second show going, oh, maybe you should stay with him. He's got a good heart. Like they became so involved and they loved Norman and all the characters so much. It was just a joy, so much fun.
It was fun. And
yeah, I got told off more than once, I have to say, out in the foyer.
Yeah, fantastic. Yes, I have to run into the taxi and make you get away after the
yes.
And a great cast with Sam, Brian, Tilly there as well, and Danielle playing with you. It was great, and the wonderful thing for me was watching the play and knowing that when audiences had been into the other plays, because you'd hear laughter before the reveal of whatever was going on stage, which was absolutely terrific.
Yalin, got the joke.
They did. They got the joke particularly. Yalin, the first time I saw you was playing in Cyrano de Bergerac, which is a fantastic role, and you were absolutely brilliant in the role too. I saw it outdoors. How was it playing such a classical character, and a character that people come to see with their own version of what that may be, like Hamlet, like Richard III, like all those classical roles? How was it dealing with that, and how did you prepare for it?
Yeah, I mean, look, that was another real highlight of a role. I'm not quite sure how I got through it. A bit like Norman, I think back on those roles now and think that's exhausting. I'm not quite sure how I could manage that now. And I guess Norman was the same in that obviously it's a very famous TV production of the Norman Conquest, and so people are coming with expectations. And I guess with Cyrano, it's the same. But I mean, that being outdoors had a very special feel about it. And obviously the love interest was my real life partner, Lizzie. Mm-hmm. So it was a very, very special, really special production for both of us. And directed by Damien Ryan, for Gove. And it was a gift of a Hamlet-like, in that it's over 5 acts, the huge journey that Cyrano goes through. Amazing dialogue that is poetic and expansive, large and full of love. So yeah, it was an amazing experience to go through all of that, including sword fights and the full gamut of emotions. Yeah, it was an amazing experience.
Yes, and beautifully directed and adapted by Damien too. Damien Ryan with support for Jove. It was a fantastic version, and the idea of being in situ, as it were. You felt like you were living in that world that surrounded you because it was outdoors and because you changed locations. It was a fabulous production. And Rachel, for you,
if I may, Mark, that's when I met you, when you were doing a production of Cyrano de Bergerac. I think.
Yes, at the Sydney Theatre.
So there's a bit of a Cyrano divine circularity here.
Cyrano link. Yes,
I yet have not played Cyrano de Bergerac, but I am open to,
That's so weird. You're right. I was De Guiche, yes, in the production that Jeremy Sims did. Marion Potts directed it in 1999.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, thank goodness I haven't changed at all. So that's good.
At all. If anything, you've got much better.
Yes, thank you. And Rachel, I was just going to say, for you, juggling television and stage as well, you've done quite a lot of that over your career. How do you know what to choose?
Oh, yeah, look, I'm very fortunate that I've been able to perform in very many mediums. I mean, I think we're so lucky in Australia. That's what's so sad about what's going on right now, that so many people in the industry, you know, our entire arts industry has been kind of decimated by COVID-19, and it's, really heartbreaking to see so many talented actors, crew members, directors, everything out of work right now, because obviously we're being socially distant and safe, but it's a really, really hard time. But I feel incredibly privileged to have worked in all areas of performance. I'm very lucky. I love it.
And for you, for television, when you were doing Blue Heelers, particularly with a character that's very well known, how did that change you as an actor at all?
Blue Heelers was such a funny experience, because when you're doing a long-running television show like that, I realised that I was actually playing the character of Amy Fox more than I was being Rachel Gordon, because you're on set so often. So I remember this ridiculous situation in Melbourne where I got pulled over for speeding, and I was talking to the policeman, and I started feeling like I was talking to my peeps, like, because I was playing a policewoman, and they went, "Oh, you're right, love, you're one of us." And it just becomes this bizarre situation where you become really over-identified with your character because you're doing it so often. But I love that about long-running television, is you get to have an incredibly fulfilling character arc and journey that you don't necessarily get. Like in theatre, which I love so dearly, you say the same words every night, you do the same thing, but, you know, with a few exceptions. Yeah. But in television, especially if you're acting opposite Yalin, only joking, television you get to have. I'm very sorry, there's a man with a blower outside my window. This is very unprofessional.
I can hear, yes. Bring him in, let's have a chat.
Yes,
What theatre does he like? What's his favourite show?
I should ask him.
Yeah. It sounds good.
Yes,
we can't hear him. He's not yet anyway. Well, we did a little bit, but he's gone, I think. Okay. Yes. Can you tap the window and say, "Excuse me, very important ensemble conversation going on"?
Theatre.
It's right, darling. Now, in talking about working with Yalin again, so you're about to come up and do Outdated, which is a play that I've written and directing. It's all about me, obviously, and that you're both in again, but not this time husband and wife. You're in fact going for the first time on a date together. And you, we are very lucky. We are going to do an extract now, isn't that right?
Yes, we are. We are.
So you're going to read an extract.
I think, Mark, you have captured so well the loneliness of people in our society now, and it's really timely in this, as I said in the beginning, when we're having so many sort of exchanges with people via this medium. that people are desperate to connect. And I think you've done that so beautifully in this script. It's very exciting.
Thank you. And the idea behind it is that the audience, as it were, can hear the thoughts of both characters as they go on this first date. That will go throughout the play. But this is the very first time we meet them both at the same time. So let's without any more further ado, we've got a plaque coming up, and then we'll hear the first scene of Outdated.
Oh, God. Here she comes. Do I smile or pretend I haven't seen her? I have seen her. It is her. I know it's her. She's smiling at me, so I should smile back, but I'm not a good smiler. But if I don't, she'll think I'm rude or ignorant, but I don't have a good smile. I don't have a teethy Hollywood smile. People like teethy Hollywood. Oh, she's here. Smile. Hi.
Hey! Is that a smile? Is he smiling?
What do? Shake hands. They'll hold up my donut. She's coming in for a kiss, air kiss. 1 or 2 or.
Oh, is he going in for one? Oh, okay.
2. That was okay.
Oh God, that was embarrassing.
That was okay. Hey! We saved it. She's
Why
lovely.
am I saying hey?
Here we are.
Yes! Stating the obvious.
Was that Daggy? Here we are? What does that mean? No, it doesn't matter. Stop analysing everything. You'll have a heart attack. Am I smiling and twitching? Oh, my mouth twitches when I'm nervous. Is it twitching? My wife said it was like I'm about to say something, but then nothing comes out. My wife? Don't think about her. My ex-wife. Get used to it. X.
Is he saying something? His mouth is moving, but I can't hear him. Have I gone deaf? Hello? Sorry?
What? Oh, God. Did I say that out loud? Or,
Sorry, I thought you were going to say something.
My twitchy mouth. I hate my twitchy mouth. My head will jerks when I get nervous. Oh, why are you so good looking? If you were ugly, I wouldn't twitch so much. Say something nice to her, you twitchy, jerky, stupid. You look lovely.
Oh, thank you. Is he a psycho? Is that a psycho thing to say?
He does look lovely. Why is she here on a singles date with me? What's wrong with her?
Say something nice back. Go on, he expects it. So are you. I mean, not lovely, though you are. I mean, handsome. Badly done, Olivia.
Thank you. Cute. That was nice. She is lovely. Maybe her husband ran off and left and she's very picky. Husband? Did she have a divorced star next to her name, or was that the other one? What was the other one called? Fifi or something? Oh, God. I've forgotten her name. Oh, God, I've forgotten her name. What's her name?
Oh, crap. I've forgotten his name. It's Andrew, or no, it's something boring. Dave? Ken? Is it Ken? He doesn't look like a Ken. Okay, I'll introduce myself and then maybe he will. So, Olivia.
No, Matt.
What?
Matt. I'm Matt. No.
And I'm Olivia.
Yes. Yes, of course. You're Olivia and I'm... Yeah, sorry, that was stupid. I thought you were thinking my name was Olivia French.
Olivia French? Who's Olivia French?
No, I mean, it's French. Olivia, the name. Olivia, for a man. Olivia.
Oh.
I wish I was French, actually, in France right now, not here, trying too hard to impress her. French, relaxed and cultured and don't give a merde. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I'm nervous too. Not like you. I've seen less nervous somethings in a something nervous. I can't think of an example as nervous.
You are? How did you know my twitchy mouth and my jerky neck, my mouth and... I hate my mouth and neck. Then I'll start stammering, I can tell.
Nice to meet you at last. Oh, we only contacted last week. Try and say something sensible, Olivia, or he'll think he's meeting your mother.
Yes, yeah, you too. Concentrate on what she's saying and respond naturally, like the last exchange. See, perfectly all right and normal. You are normal. Everything is under control. Concentrate on her mouth and the words coming out of it and try to pay attention.
Have you been waiting long?
No, not at all. Just a few minutes.
Oh, I thought I was late.
Me. I mean, 2.
Sorry?
I mean, I thought I was late too.
You were early, weren't you?
In what way? Where is this going? I'm lost. Something's going off the rails. Steer it back.
What, didn't we say 7?
Yes! Don't shout. Why are you shouting?
Wow, shouting suddenly. Maybe he's a football coach or something. So it's only 7 now.
Right. What is she, a timologist or something? What is a timologist? There's no such thing. Must look up timology on spell check.
So you must have been really early for me to think I was late, because actually I'm sort of on time. And hey, this doesn't matter. I sound like I'm at work with an intern.
No. Oh, God, she's mad.
He must think I'm mad. I'm getting obsessed. Sorry, I'm getting obsessed.
She's mad. It's boiled bunny time.
I tend to be a stickler for details. It's my job. Don't talk about your job. Your job is boring.
Right. Does she mean it's her job as in what she does, or it's her job in life because of her obsessive compulsion with time?
He's forgotten what I do and he's getting a strange look. Time management.
Yes. What? Yes. Oh, that's right. Yes, she does time management, whatever the hell that is. So it is her job. Hooray! Time management. Rachel. She's not mad. Hooray. Stop. Fool. Breathe.
And you do...
Me? God. What do I do? I've forgotten what my job is. What do I do? Oh, yes. I'm a lecturer.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Is he lying? He didn't seem sure he is a lecturer. Perhaps he's a professional psycho killer.
Film studies at university. Where else would it be? JB Hi-Fi?
Yes, I remember. I didn't, but let's move on. Did you order any drinks?
Very well done both. Yes, it's juggling the internal monologue and the external is going to be the trick, I think, when we get into the rehearsal room, particularly talking to the audience and then talking to each other, which will be the fun part too. That's great. Thank you. Well done. Interesting as well, that idea of, like you say, the isolation, and for me the idea came from that you would be dating again after being with someone for a long time and knowing all your faults and your not that I have any faults, but all your strengths, and then suddenly having to impress somebody standing a few feet away from them. That would be, to me, absolutely horrendous.
Yes, there's such a beautiful acute vulnerability in getting back into the dating field after a long time in a relationship. And I think that it's a really beautiful thing to explore, because of that desire to connect that we all have. But especially for people who have been in long-term relationships, entering the field of online dating is so confusing and just absolutely baffling, like doing your Woolies shop online or something, checking out what you want in other people. It just seems so, antithetical to any real connection. But anyway, it works for a lot of people, and yeah.
And it's been interesting researching it, especially with people who are who are together because of being online dating, which is so it's very successful as well. Fantastic.
It's such a no. Go.
Go. No. Go. No. You. No.
Go.
No. You say.
Go.
Say. I was going to ask you something. Come on. Go.
No, I was going to say it's such a vulnerable time. I think, and in someone's life, you know, you're. It's so. I mean, obviously, you're putting yourself out there, as you said, with all your foibles and strengths, and hoping somebody else clicks with all that. And as you get older in life too, I suppose there's stakes perhaps higher, and especially in this sort of COVID environment too. I mean, I know at this point the play that you've written doesn't really reference that directly, but in this environment, dating through apps. I mean, how does it even work? Because it's hard to sort of go out and meet people. The people that you meet, if you have met them, you want it to work because there's perhaps not as many opportunities.
No, that's right. Yes, indeed, and social distancing as well at the same time. It would be a minefield.
That's right.
Yes.
Fantastic to talk to you both. Thank you for joining me this morning. It's great to talk to you, Rachel and Yalin. Thank you. I'm really looking forward to being in a theatre space with you both again without dated. Hopefully this year, we'll see. But thank you for joining me this morning, and be good to see you soon.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Mark. Thanks, Yalin.
Take care.
Thanks,
Bye.
Rachel.
Stay safe.
Thanks,
See
Mike.
you.
Bye.
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 That was the wonderful Yalin and Rachel Gordon there, Yalin Ozucelik, who joined me this morning. Fantastic to have an extract of the play too. And thank you for joining me. Thank you again for your donations and your support. And thank you for being out there. It means a lot to us. So keep watching. See you next week. Bye.